What's going on, YouTube? Coming back at you with another video. So we got some breaking news in regards to incarcerated rapper Corey Miller, also known as C Murder. Corey Miller fighting for his freedom. He's on hunger strike now. I'm going to show you what he posted on Instagram. Before I do, if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, at Hip Hop Classics Daily, all one word, please take a second to do so. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to my other YouTube channel, Truth Disciple TV, make sure you take 1 second, go over there and subscribe. I'm going to pin the link as the top comment. So, Corey Miller put this up. This is an official statement. It says, "To all my oppressed brothers, this 10-2 non-unanimous jury law is a direct violation of our civil and constitutional rights. This is a racist Jim Crow law. We must fight for ourselves. This is our call of duty. Over 1,500 inmates are wrongfully incarcerated under the illegal 10-2 verdict. We are presently kidnapped in Louisiana state prisons. I must take a stand. Corey Miller, #ForeverTrue." Now I'm going to read you some of these headlines that are out there that he posted. So this one says, "C Murder hunger strike protest, COVID-19, Louisiana prison deaths, and neglect of terminally ill." It also goes on to say, "Corey Miller hunger strikes for protection from COVID-19 and the release of 31 sealed documents withheld from his trial. Loved ones deserve to know the truth." It says, Miller goes on to state that while quarantined, the inmates are on constant lockdown and are not allowed to leave the dorm to receive fresh air. The tests that they provide are not up to standard, and they are giving many erroneous results. There are many inmates that have ailments that were not properly treated, and as a result, have died after contracting the virus. The families of these men need to investigate their deaths due to improper treatment and neglect. Miller is telling the families to act now. Find out who was in the dorm with their deceased loved ones and get statements from them on how they were treated. Aside from dealing with the pandemic, there are incarcerated inmates that have terminal illnesses that are not properly cared for and are dying. Miller urges the families of these inmates to come together and push for a release program for these extenuating circumstances. I believe," this is a quote from him, "I believe that the world should know what is occurring here, and their loved ones deserve to know the truth." Then it goes on to say, "Corey Miller is fighting for his freedom and asking the press and public to demand a full investigation into the corruption that led to his current incarceration. There is evidence in the district attorney's files showing an illegal DNA cover-up that was not presented to Miller or his attorney and only discovered after his post-conviction relief had already been filed. He was excluded from being the perpetrator from the beginning, and when ran through the CODIS database, a match was found, but the district attorney directed the allele be taken out of the system and to mark it as a forensic unknown. In addition to this cover-up, the witnesses that the state provided have since come forward and signed affidavit stating Miller's innocence. The witnesses stated that they were forced by police to give false information and to testify against him in court. In addition, copious amounts of witnesses at the scene had come forward stating that Miller was not the perpetrator of this crime. None of these witnesses were allowed to take the stand and testify. The jurors' notes were also hidden, and when directed to supply them to the judge and defense team, they failed to provide them, and the courts never pursued any other actions to rectify." So he goes on to say, "Corey Miller, hunger strike protest, COVID-19, Louisiana prison deaths, and neglect terminally ill. For more info about Corey Miller, contact his publicist, Lisa Jackson. You see the phone number and you see the email." So I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is good that Corey Miller is taking this stand. His case is definitely suspect. Again, there has been witnesses who have came forward that said that they were basically forced by the sheriff's department to make the statements that they did. They've since recanted. That's pretty much done nothing. Now he's saying there's 31 sealed documents in his case that basically prove that he was not the shooter. And also, as far as this whole situation goes with this 10-2 unanimous jury that goes on in Louisiana, recently this was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court, but it's yet to be determined whether or not this is going to be retroactive, and basically all the people that have been convicted from these 10-2 unanimous juries, you know, what's going to happen with their situation. I think clearly it needs to be retroactive, and all of these people who were convicted by juries that were not unanimous need to be given new trials at the bare minimum and or released immediately. Like he's saying, there's over 1,500 inmates who this has happened to, and now again it's been ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court. It's time for some justice in these people's cases. Definitely, do what you can to spread the word about his case. We got to keep eyes on this situation so he's finally able to get the freedom I feel like he deserves. At least, bare minimum, he deserves a new trial without question. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Leave some feedback. Make sure you ring the notification bell if you're subscribed so you get updates on my future videos when they drop. Also, besides the link I'm going to pin as the top comment that's going to take you to my new YouTube channel, I'm also going to pin a link to a Bible reading that has helped me in ways in my life that I can't even express to you. I have no affiliation with the link, but I'm hoping it could do the same in your life. Definitely take a second to check it out. I appreciate you watching. Peace.